Sorry, SNA fans. Like that was very unusual. They only did 20 minutes of the time limit on the stream, but now I'm back here with the second clip of the Raw review video. As well as saying, like we got Io Sky and Shayna Baszler in the second round to see who's going to be emerging to the semifinals to face either Lyra Valkyria or Zoe Stark. This is where we saw backstage. What's that? A video with Shayna Baszler and Zoe Stark in in the parking lot, getting into it with damage control. Luckily, yeah, the security and the security and the management were there to break it up. But this is where we got. Here's where we do get the match, and I thought this was gonna be like NXT all over again, with Shayna Baszler is the NXT Women's Champion, like about 5 years ago when she usually would lose to the Queen of Spades, but no, the other side around like happened. Yeah, I was like, what the hell? Like this is not happening. Like, and this showed that this is not an Io Sky from back in the day, like when she was Io Shirai, as the nicey baby face. Like, and she's even better, and she's more improving than she was when she won her women's NXT Women's Championship in 2020 till 2021. But let's get into the match. Let's talk about at first that Shayna Baszler got the upper hand, even knock her outside of the ring until bringing her right back. This is where we got the Queen of Spades, then try to go for what move was it? All right, well, she hit her with some like submission-like maneuvers until she Irish whipped her right into the bottom corner side. This is where try to go for a clothesline. Io Sky flips out of it. This is where she then slides right into the right side. This is where Shayna Baszler try to go for a roundhouse kick, but this is where she ducks out of the way, runs right to the left side. This is where then we got Io Sky then try to go for like a sideways spinning neck breaker, but this is where Shayna Baszler body drops her. This is where then Io Sky but flips her over. This is where we got Io Sky then slide off the. This is where the Io Sky's leg sweeps Shayna Baszler's legs, but she landed face first right onto the heart. Oh, even mention that like Shayna Baszler and Io Sky's rivalry all started like when they were fighting for the Stardom Championship in 2017. I'm like, wow, like if this was the previous era with Vince was still in WWE, I was like, they were probably wouldn't have gotten away with saying this. But they've been saying a lot lately, like especially with TNA too, like when they brought in what's her name, Jordynne Grace, after Naomi made her return from the Women's Royal Rumble, saying like she's the one that defeated her for the TNA Women's Championship, which Jordynne Grace became the second ever woman to bring in the TNA Women's Championship over onto WWE on the WWE Premium Live event, which was the Royal Rumble. This is where the Io Sky just walked out her in the ringside area. This is where we saw a QR code going right in the middle of the screen, which we all know what the mysteries are all about. We just need to figure out that who could it possibly be and who's exactly is like on these QR code messages. And I heard the rumor has it that they're probably not going to show up on WWE television until after King and Queen of the Ring pay-per-view, where they possibly can make their debut at. Look like it will be something similar to when Bray Wyatt made his return at Backlash, I believe. Yeah. But we can see something similar like this with them if they if everybody makes their return at WWE King and Queen of the Ring. But let me know in the comments down below if you think so. And then the other awesome thing about this that Michael Cole and Pat McAfee noticed this, and they acknowledged that something was not right on the screen, and they pointed it out immediately. But this is where the Shayna Baszler then threw. This is where she tried to grab onto. This is where the Shayna Baszler throw Io Sky's shoulder first right into the ring post, right into the bottom left side. This is where then she started trying to pull off her arm out of her socket. This is where then she Irish whip her right onto the bottom corner barricade, which is Barry's bottom part, lower half of his tombstone. This is where then Shayna Baszler then get on the other side of the bottom corner barricade. This is where the Shayna Baszler hit her face first right on the apron, which you probably do not want to get your hate bashed in. This is where then we got the Queen of Spades throw the Genius of the Sky right into the inside of the ring, but she rolled right to the right. Shayna Baszler knees her right in the back. This is where then Shayna Baszler then went right onto the ring, but this is where she was having trouble what she was going to choose. But this is where then Shayna Baszler then she do what she did best, and that is to break her opponent's arms. This is where she tied it around the bottom part of the supporter beam. This is where then Shayna Baszler then kicks it, and you know how hard that the supporter beam is, and especially when it's metal, with made out of pipes and stuff. Like, yeah, definitely not a very good feeling of a sensation. Anyway, Shayna Baszler try to go for a pin, but this is where we got Io Sky kicks out of it at 1.2, I should say. This is where the Shayna Baszler can go for the arm bar. This is where she try to go for a stomp right onto her arm. This is where Io Sky then move out of the way. This is where then she got back up, hit the flipping Hurricane Rana right on the Baszler, then a roundhouse kick right to the head. This is where the Io Sky is like, all right, like I think I just bought myself some like 5 seconds of extra time. So I need to all I need to do is pick up Shayna and then put her away, and then this is where then Shayna Baszler then try to go for a care for the clutch. This is where then Io Sky counters out of it. This is where then she try to go for some kind of a hammerlock submission. But this is where Shayna Baszler put your foot right on the shoulder of the Genius of the Sky. She went down on her back. This is where her foot bounces off her shoulder. This is where she was like, my shoulder. And this is where she went right to the upper left side. This is where then Shayna Baszler then hit a knee strike right onto Io Sky. This is where then Shayna Baszler tried to go for a gut wrench suplex, but this is where we got Io Sky trying to counter out of it until Shayna Baszler then re-intercepted the turnover by Io Sky. This is where then he tries to this is where she tries to flip her right on over the top rope. But this is where Io Sky flips out of it. This is where then she pushes Shayna Baszler from behind. This is where Shayna Baszler's leg was stuck right onto the back of the turnbuckle. This is where Shayna Baszler like my leg's stuck. I get it out, ref. And then this is where the referee's like, I'm trying. And then this is where he finally got it out. This is where the Io Sky's like, oh man, like what a bummer. I was about to hit the double meteor to the face. This is where the Io Sky to go right on the middle of the ropes, springboards off of it, springboard right onto and more moonsault on everybody. And then I was like, yeah, like that's probably a good reason why they call her the Genius of the Sky, because she's a complete math, like a math and what's that, like science and what's that, and physics enthusiast, I guess you could say, or physics defying enthusiast. Let me rephrase that. And that's why they call her the expert and Genius of the Sky, because she knows up in the top rope very well, more than me and you do. But that's where then we got Shayna Baszler to try to go for care for this is where Shayna Baszler try to go for a killer for the clutch as soon as they got back in. But this is where Io Sky flips out of it. This is where then Io Sky then rolled up into that's where then we got Io Sky then flipped out of it, did a roll up like her teammate Kairi Sane did. And this is where this Shayna Baszler unfortunately kicked out of, but unlike what Kairi did when they were in that NXT women's locker room. When they were in the NXT locker room, when they were still learning the development of WWE. But this is where we got Io Sky then I believe hit Io Sky then hit the drop kick right onto Shayna Baszler. This is where she tried to go for a moonsault right to the lower left side, which that was probably mistaken. Even though y'all the most convenient spot to do the Genius moonsault, but this is where Shayna Baszler got the foot up. This is where she Yeah, boots her right into the face. This is where then Io Sky that hits a spinning roundhouse kick like she's Bryan Danielson. This is where we got. But this is where the Shayna. But this is where the not Shayna. This is where Io Sky didn't try to go after hitting a roundhouse kick. This is where then she tried to go for like a rolling roll up, but like a classic like hammerlock roll up. But this is where we got where they turned into a flip pin, like with her hand standing, like she did a German suplex, like if she was Jake Hager and Kurt Angle. But this is where Shayna Baszler then go for a carrot for the clutch right onto Io Sky. This is where it looks like that Io Sky was about to go to sleep, like if she was in NXT all over again, and get a little reminder. But this is where then Shayna Baszler then flips her right over. This is where she hits a roundhouse kick. This is where then she knees her right into the face. This is where she tried to go for a pin on the Io. But this is where then Io got the shoulder up at 2.99999999999 double triple nine minus 0.1 away from being 3. This is where the Shayna Baszler then went right up on the like that's where then he had this is where that she had Io Sky in position on her knees, like because yeah, Shayna Baszler and Io Sky just get up and then they're gonna, of course, they're going to kick themselves back up in this way. This is where Shayna Baszler to try to go for a knee strike on the Io Sky, but this is where Io Sky counted out, grabbing her off her knee. This is where did she dragon screw slam. This is where did she hit the double meteor right in the face. She hits the genius moonsault. 1, 2, 3. I was like, wait, like that could not be like Io Sky. Like if it was 5 years ago, this would be a whole lot different. But at the point is like it's in a new era, and then most of them that are kind of fan favorites are going to be pushed to the moon now. Triple H is under the creative role. Your winner, and I'll give kudos to Io Sky up in the way, the Queen of Spades, and it seems like that we're gonna have to find. I'm saying that to find. I mean, and it seems like we're going to see Io Sky gonna face either Lyra Valkyria or even Zoe Stark. And which one do you think that they're gonna that but when do you think that's gonna happen? Who do you think's gonna win the next match in the Queen of the Ring tournament? Let me know in the comments right down below. And the winner of this round on Raw on SmackDown, whether if it's a Tiffany Stratton, Jade Cargill, Nia Jax, Bianca Belair, etc. But anyway, let's move on to the next slide. This is where we got Jackie Redmond and asked a question about Io Sky. This is where Io Sky. Anyway, Io Sky said something about Queen of the Ring tournament. I'm not sure because she was speaking in Japanese. After Jackie Redmond was trying to interview her, this is where then she was like, after Jackie Redmond's like, what do you expect to one of them? This is where then Io Sky just tapped the mic was like what's those questions? Like for those that only understand the language that I'm speaking, like it's like that is that we're and this is where then she was